I have some exciting news. I found Great Grandpa's car. So I'm on my way to take a look at the car now, but here's a little bit of a backstory on it. If I understand correctly, it was purchased new by my wife's great-grandfather. It's a 1942 model. We're gonna get more information when I get there on what exactly it is. I looked at this car, it's probably been a decade ago where it used to be sitting. It sat at a farm about a mile from our place for almost 20 years, I think. And since it was parked there, it had not moved. And then about 9 months ago, I noticed it disappeared. And we were running around doing things. I didn't have much time to check on it to find out what exactly happened to it. And so a couple of weeks ago, I found the person who owns the place now. And he said, yeah, he made the final deal on the land and told the guy, hey, since that car's been sitting here for 18 years, I guess it's mine now. And I guess said something about maybe scrapping it. And so the owner of the car, which is a relative of ours, had it moved. I just assumed that it had sold. But I called and took a while to get his number, talked to his wife last week, and then finally I was able to get a hold of him today and found out that she thought he had sold it, and it turns out he had just relocated it. It's not sold, and so it has not left the family. And so I'm going to take a look at it. He is open to selling it. We've got to work out the details on the price and get this figured out. But I'm hoping, that in the future, this car could stay in the family for a lot longer. Because if I don't buy it, I doubt anyone else in the extended family is going to be interested in this. And the current owner is 85 years old, 86 years old. And so when he passes, it would just go, on an estate sale and be gone. And so I'm hoping we're able to pick it up, keep it in the family. And a little factoid, my son's middle name, he is named after his great-grandfather. And so it would be really cool if that car could get passed on to him when I go on to bigger and better things. So I'm not sure the place is setting. It's an old school friend of the owner who lives out of state apparently, and I'm not sure who's going to be there. But interestingly, it's in this tiny little town, one stoplight, town of 300 people out in the rural part of the state. And so hopefully I'll be able to get in there and not get in any trouble. At least I won't have the local police breathing down my neck. They'll have to call a sheriff if they need someone to come. That's a neat old gas station. Is it. I want to see if anyone's home. Wow, it is windy outside. So I saw the car, and considering the wind, and there's a gentleman that showed me the car who's not the owner of the place, didn't want to be on camera. I decided I would just narrate this. I took some video, and the mic on this phone picks up everything. You wouldn't have been able to hear me if I'd talked during that. So I thought, well, I'll just narrate it from here. So it is a 42 Ford sedan. It's a cool old car. So this is World War II is when it was built. There weren't that many produced in 1942 because of the ongoing war. The production was really cut down. I'd have to look up to see how many units were built that year. Considering it sat outside in the country for at least 18 to 20 years, not being driven. I mean, it's in pretty rough shape, but at the same time, it's still looking pretty solid. It did sit most of those years with flat tires, and kind of down on the ground. And so the trunk floor's rusted out. And there's a lot of surface rust, but very little that's eaten through. I noticed I think one rear quarter had a little bit of rust holes in it. I'm sure the floor pan is probably pretty bad inside. But the car overall is solid. It does have some damage, like some dents on almost every panel. The trim, the chrome, the stainless, all of that definitely needs some TLC. Some of it's missing. I noticed on the passenger side, the outside door handles are missing. Inside, again, sitting in, I think between the sun and heat in the summer and the cold in the winter, the dash is really bad condition. The plastic work that was in there is just shot, and it looks like the windshield's probably been leaking for a long time. So it's pretty rough, but it's pretty solid. I can see why some people take cars like this and then say, "Oh, I'm going to put a modern drivetrain in it, and I'm gonna keep the patina. I'm gonna pop some dents out, polish up the stainless and chrome, and just run it that way with a modern." Because to do a restoration on this car would be massive task. It does have the original V8, flathead V8 in it. It's pretty cool. And it kind of reminded me, when I was a kid, my grandpa had a 48 or 49 F1 pickup with a V8 that when I was probably 8th grade or freshman in high school, I wanted to buy it from him. And he's like, absolutely refused because he didn't feel it was safe. And I turned out to be a Chevy guy. So that might be the difference in my life. If he had sold me his Ford, I would have been a Ford guy, but I'm not. Still respect the Fords though. The V8's classic. And so I'm going to see what I can do. The price that he called out, the current owner called out to me, I think it's based a lot on nostalgia. It's based on what he sees restored cars worth. And this one, considering just the interior and the exterior and the number of dents and the condition overall, I'm going to have to do some research. I think the price is high, but because it's family, I'm going to have to be careful and delicate in how I handle the situation, be very diplomatic about it. It's a cool old car, and it's worth a lot to me because it was a part of our family since it was new, and that means a lot, and we want to keep it in the family. So we're just going to have to work something out. Hopefully be able to make a deal on this. I've got to figure out, it's all about the money, figure out where the cash is coming from. And it would be I'd love to have it here by Christmas to give as a Christmas present to my son, or at least an inheritance when I die. That'd be cool. I would love to hear what you think I should do with it. I love the patina on it. I could pop some of the dents out, like it's caved in a little bit on the roof, pop that up. Just take care of the surface rust and spray a clear coat or something on it to keep the patina. I love that idea. As far as the drivetrain goes, it would be cool to keep the flathead V8. It would also be cool to do like an LS drivetrain, which some of you would hate me for that, and that's understandable. I don't think I would do any other Ford drivetrain just because I'm not a Ford guy. But yeah, I'd love to hear, what do you think? What do you think I should do with this car? It could be really cool. The interior redone could be super fantastic. A lot of class in that interior, but to do it right, definitely would cost some money. So tell me what you think. Thanks a lot. See you next time.